right, welcome everybody to the Tuesday, January 13th regular Board of Education business meeting. May I please have a motion to call the meeting to order? So moved, Michelle. Second.
Second.
Linda, all in favor?
Aye.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And a motion to approve tonight's agenda, please. So moved, Dave. Second, Michelle. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. And we have our liaison reports.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, my favorite part.
Oh, wait, that means, okay. Yeah, that means you go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. I want to talk. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody had a good, much-needed long break. I know that I did. January is pretty crazy schedule-wise just because all the days off, but jumping right into things, our AP Bio students got the chance to have an in-school field trip where they performed gel electrophoresis using kits from Cornell. I was lucky enough to participate in this, and it was really cool, like seeing the results the next day since we spent like the entire afternoon doing this big lab. We were able to practice our precise measurements and pipetting skills, which will definitely be helpful in the future for like other labs and stuff. And then another science-y thing is our human body students get to do a pig dissection at the end of the month. I think it's happening next week just because the end of the quarter and everything. So that should be fun. I know they've been preparing, learning about like a bunch of the systems, and now they get to put it into place, but on a pig, not a human, which is good. And then last night, our Schrader Jazz program hosted a swing dance event, but don't worry, if you didn't know how to swing dance, there were like a 45-minute lesson before with some people that could help teach you just so you could be prepared for like the actual thing. I know we've done this a lot in the past, and our jazz band really looks forward to it. And then tomorrow is a pretty big day for Schrader. It's Warrior Day. So we have the entire 8th grade class from Spry is coming over. They get to get a tour and then talk with their counselors. And then we're also having a student panel where they can like ask questions and learn about what high school is really like. And then finally, the senior lock-in is happening January 22nd. So all the seniors are gonna be in Schrader till like 4 a.m. So they're gonna just have a lot of fun activities, and hopefully I'll have an update on that in February. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My report is a little bit longer tonight because I have a special announcement kind of thing. But with the announcements, there were so many important announcements that I want to share. Model U1 went to their annual Syracuse conference, Cinnamon. This is our bigger conference of the year. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, but lots of friends, when they came back, shared good news. Both of our senior delegates, Nathan and Samir, who both hold leadership positions in the club, got to take home outstanding delegates. This was super huge for them since the conference has at least 500 people, and it's super, super hard to get. A couple of reunions were also hosted. In AP Art, we hosted the annual alumni reunion, where current AP Art students brought food, snacks, and displayed our artwork for past AP Art students. Mr. Shaw has been doing this for years, and for the first time, 2 art students that actually connected in his class had their first art fam baby, so that was huge. And they brought her in, and it was super wholesome. Miss Peterson, the psych teacher, also hosted an AP Psych alumni reunion, which went great. Sports are also doing great. Our basketball team beat Schrader 48-44, and our wrestling team had senior night, so congratulations to Michael Wells, Jaden Samuel, and Eric McLean. Last night was Titan Night, where our 8th grade families got to come to Thomas and be introduced to a variety of things Thomas has to offer. Now for the special announcement. I mentioned this in my last meeting that I was going away to the Dominican Republic for a service trip. On January 5th, I came back from our Titan Service Scholar trip. This trip was one of the most meaningful experiences in my entire life. Miss Prindle, one of our counselors at Thomas, is truly one of the best people I know. She has an incredible soul for doing the work she does and giving the students the opportunity to do so as well. If you don't know what this trip is, I'm going to try not to take too much of your time, but I'm going to briefly explain the purpose of our trip. The Dominican Republic shares an island of Hispaniola with Haiti, which right now is plagued with violence and poverty, being the poorest country in the world. In the southeast of the Dominican Republic, there are people living in communities called Bateys. Most of these people living in the Bateys are Haitian immigrants coming over to the Dominican for work and refuge. Currently, there are 2 U.S.-owned sugar companies that produce sugarcane that hire these undocumented Haitian immigrants, which means they can't leave the Bateys or else they would get deported back to the violence. When they are hired to do this work, a group of about 8 people, 8 sugarcane workers, have to cut around 8 tons of sugarcane a day. They get paid by the ton. And they are given about $50 that they have to split in between 8 people. So going there, I saw houses made out of scrap sheets of metal, houses with 2 rooms holding 8 people, and so many other aspects of poverty. Many of these households live with dirt floors, so 6 out of 8 days that we were there, our group mixed concrete and finished several concrete floors for families. We also built a latrine, which is like a bathroom. We all connected with so many kids and adults, whether some of us knew Spanish or not. Like there's a couple French kids. They found a way to communicate with these kids, which was so beautiful. This trip was truly life-changing. Not only was I able to learn about their culture, eat their delicious food, and have a day for shopping, but I got to change their lives for the better. This opportunity at Thomas is truly one of a kind and something to truly to brag and be proud about. I know it makes me really proud of my school. We're doing really, really amazing things. I have also decided that I want to go back next year, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you both. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice job.
It's exciting to hear how it meant and how it went and how it meant to everybody. That's awesome.
And I want to say it's about the 4th year, I think, that we've been doing it.
No, 12. She's been doing it for 12.
12 trips.
Oh.
Trips.
Okay, so it's got to be
yeah.
at least 6 years then.
Yeah, it's been a
'Cause
while.
there's some
She's been
years
doing
we go
this,
twice.
and since like, I don't know, like early 2010s, I believe she talked about like the spark of interest.
Oh,
She's been going.
okay. Yeah, she did it in the trip, in the district that she was in before. So this is her 12th year doing it. Yeah. you're
Yes,
right.
yes,
I
her
got
12th
you.
year doing it.
But I think as
Yeah.
us for a district, I want to say she's been here for about 4 or 5 years. So it's great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing that.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes, thank you.
Tomorrow night is the Schrader Thomas hockey game, right?
Yes.
It
Awesome.
is.
Which I believe is a cancer research
I think
donation?
so.
Awesome. So
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yep.
fun.
All I know is that there's a kid in the hockey team in my class, and every time that my AP Gov teacher asks him about it, he drinks it and they lose it. So hopefully he doesn't ask. So hopefully he doesn't ask.
That's so
No.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Gotcha. Yeah, come on up, Joan.
It really is. Kudos, and thank you for doing that every time. Hello, we're back. Happy New Year. It's wonderful to follow such liaisons that cover so many things. I get to find some other things to cover with our WTA news and what we are doing. And this report really is some true collaboration between everyone sitting in your chairs and sitting in our chairs. Our food pantry updates are what you are seeing in front of you. Our middle school WTA members have really taken this to another level. We are now meeting with 9 outside agencies around the area to find who is doing what, so we can find the areas of need that we have and the areas in that are doing things that we aren't aware of, and to have these resources and post them on social media. Because as we all know, we talked about If we need our food, we need our food to learn. Literally need the food to go to our brains. And that comes from our top down. You guys, there are some very courageous families that when WTA members reached out and other members of other bargaining units reached out, they opened their hearts and said, yes, I could use support this year. I could need those things. In a time when things are very unsettling, not only for November and December, for January going forward. And those are some of the most courageous people accepting our help and opening and being so generous, right, in our communities, our families, and our outlying areas, and globally. That those trips, I think, Ms. Prindle is up to 13 trips and 5 years here. It's amazing. And so many people go back. They do it twice a year. Twice a year. Generosity, hundreds of gifts, hundreds of meals were provided by all across the district. People partnered up, people collaborated, people reached out to touch where needed to be touched and to say thank you. Thank you segment usually comes at the end, but I'm going to put it here because a WTA member wrote a beautiful letter. Part of it said, thanks to the collective kindness and generosity, we were able to help provide a holiday that was nothing short of a miracle for some of our families. Every day you make our students feel special, and this holiday season was the ultimate testament to that dedication. I am profoundly grateful to work alongside such an outstanding group of people. That was only part of that heartfelt thank you. Our elementaries, PTSA, all intertwined. They are working on some wacky science assembly, and the wacky science guy was able to come in person. Literary focus. I love it when you hear about those battle of the books and being able to take what they are learning about reading and how to read and coming up with some of those really neat ways of keeping people engaged all throughout the elementary schools. Some call it a reading challenge, some call it a battle. They all seem to be facilitating some kind of neat way of showing off your skills and being able to apply those. Universal Letter Writing Week is another piece that's in there. Kids' Heart Challenge. Plank North is having that, as well as January being their Integrity Month. Of course, all months are, but their focus is in there. Their UPK classes taking a field trip to Martial Arts America, where our other UPK kids were at the doors meeting our high school students with candy canes to deliver. Our fourth graders across the district visiting Maplewood Nursing Home and having poetry nights, not just writing in class, but inviting members of the community and their families to come at night and hear what they are doing. Our fifth grade, Battle of the Books. Our middle school really took the lead with reaching out to those community agencies, and we are now meeting quarterly instead of, now we have over 12 or 13 people at the table meeting quarterly. Our high schools, you give such a phenomenal report. Thank you. You really do. Our English Regents this year is in January, and we're trying to find those tweaks. The neat part about it is the exam is given on a day where only the 11th graders are coming to school, which really helps them center and not worry about those bells that will be going off. We can take them away, keep the bells out, and have the writing, the reading. Let them focus, let them show off what they know. And what they don't know, we can work on the rest of the year and continue. We have 3 more semesters until they leave. Last month we shared about an author. We have Tiffany Polino. She has 2 books out, and she did a phenomenal job helping us raise money at Barnes & Noble for PTSA. We also now have a student that's published. So our librarians across the district have lifted by Andrew Mason. I cannot wait to read it. Our librarians are bragging about it, and it is a neat piece to have that our AP Psych classes get to visit and be with college students who are just returning, and now we'll hopefully have an alumni that comes in and speaks to us as well. Our music, our arts departments are intertwined, our business departments are intertwined. They are sharing speakers, we are moving students, different schools to hear different speakers. It is a true collaboration among the WTA. We also have our polar plunge coming up. You guys are aware, you will get more emails. Anyone want to plunge, please call Craig. Talking about one of our plungers, I'm going to hand it over to last year's. And she will also talk about not only the plunge, and you might ask her how it was, but us being active. We need teachers. We need dedicated people going into teaching. And we need to look at that Tier 6 so people are driven into our field as a profession.
Hi, Carrie Watson, WTA Political Action Chair. I'm really happy to be here tonight with all of you. I did plunge for the first time last year, so if anybody wants to donate to me again, or just the WTA in general, it was very cold and very fun. And I'll be celebrating my 250th class at the gym I go to, so I was like, this is like a cold plunge reset for me. That's what I'm envisioning. I'm going with it. Yeah. But I'm here today. One of the big pushes for me this year in this role as PAC chair is to help our members understand Tier 6 and then also understand NYSET's push to get parity for Tier 5 and 6 members with Tier 4 members. And that's kind of like they've headed in that direction already, but the numbers, we have 36% of teachers in our retirement system who are Tier 6 members and 4% who are Tier 5, because that was a little window of time. So it's 40% of our teachers in New York State, which is wild. Having taught for 13 years myself, and I am a member of Tier 6, it's something that's really super important to me. So there is a rally, and this is kind of what we've been communicating over the last couple months with our members on Sunday, March 8th in Albany at the MVP Arena from 12 to 2. So we're working on, through the NYSET regional office, busing and whatnot for anybody who registers, whether you're a teacher or just an ally and wanting to go and support. The push is for a huge representation. Of course, being on a Sunday makes it a little challenging. We're hopeful. But just a couple of things they've already secured is the reduced vesting from 10 years to 5 years and lowering the final average salary calculations for ERS and TRS, actually. And then, I think the important piece for me is watching people think about getting to retirement and wanting dedicated professionals, looking as a senior teacher at students who consider education and then waver slightly and wondering what are ways that we can get some of the most dedicated and creative and intelligent people into this field and keep them in this field, and always kind of pushing for that. So that's what we're working on in my role.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Thank you very much, both
Thank
of you.
you.
And good luck with the plunge.
Thank you.
You want to join?
I'm going to donate.
Yeah.
All right. I will ask Mrs. Collins and Mrs. Lawrence to come on up to the table. If you join me up here, I will start us, as you guys are both just getting set there. But my first order of business for campus news is I am so thrilled to talk tonight about our inaugural Athletic Hall of Fame induction. So honoring a standout class of 23 former student athletes and coaches. The evening was an amazing tribute to the history of many of the people who have shaped our district. And seeing our honorees today Now, successful business leaders, professional athletes, educators, and Ivy League professionals serves as a powerful reminder of why we do this work. They are living proof that the tools and skills cultivated here in our district build a foundation for success. This event wasn't just about athletics. It was a celebration of the opportunities our schools provide for every student to grow. And I want to thank our Board of Education for your amazing support for this endeavor, along with a special thank you to Scott Morrison, our committee chair and MC of the event. He did not let us down. He had some great funny lines and some great things that he said about many people in the audience as well. And again, I would also be remiss if I didn't thank Sean Strage and Steve LaMonica, our two athletic directors, for all they did, along with our inductees, the families, athletic teams, our student athletic advisory committee members that helped us that day, and our pep band. When we walked in, somebody said to me, "Wow, this is a high school atmosphere." It was just wonderful. It was a packed Webster game, as we were getting ready to introduce the members between the two games, the girls and the boys game, which split 50-50. I know, Naya, you reported the boys won for Thomas, but the girls won for Schrader. So it was a 50-50 split that night, which was great as well. But again, having a pep band there just made it like a very neat atmosphere that you don't get very often in high school. But again, great night. A very special night. We're now accepting nominations for the class of 2027. So please look on our website, and if you have somebody in mind, we'd love to hear from you. Another congratulations along the athletic lines is to our Schrader senior, Emma R., who recently received a major honor. She was chosen to join the roster for the Pro Bowl High School Flag Football Showcase on Tuesday, February 3rd in San Francisco. Emma was nominated by the Buffalo Bills to represent their team in the game. So I believe there are 30 kids in that game, one per team, I believe. And she's the Buffalo Bills nomination, which is awesome. So the girls' high school flag football game will be part of the National Football League's Pro Bowl week. And Emma was the Schrader quarterback on the state championship team last year and was chosen as the New York State Class B Offensive Player of the Year. So congratulations and good luck to Emma. With that, I will turn things over now to our interim principal from Clem North, Mrs. Collison. If you would take it away. And while Paul is doing that, we also have our OWL administrator at the middle level, Mrs. Lawrence, that will speak about our secondary things happening.
Awesome.
So, Mrs. Collison.
Great. Good to be here. Thank you. Tonight, I'm proud to share some exciting updates from our elementary campuses. I'm Alexandra, the acting principal at Clem North. That's a picture of Clem North just recently in the evening. It was quite beautiful. Okay. I specifically would like to highlight tonight how our buildings across the district are working to meet the Board of Education's goal to prioritize literacy through professional development, high-quality instruction, and research-based curriculum practices, or resources. Our teachers and staff have been deeply engaged in 3 areas to make this goal a reality. We have comprehensive professional development through letters training. We have targeted curriculum meetings and structured reflect and prep days that support our CKLA curriculum implementations. And you will hear more about that tonight from the team behind me. We're proud to share that all elementary teachers new to Webster are currently participating in letters training taught by our own Webster staff, who are letters turnkey trainers. This ensures that all of our Webster educators share the same strong foundational knowledge of the science of reading. Our staff is currently moving through different stages of this training. Some of them are beginning with Volume 1, focusing on word recognition, while others are finishing up the 2-year course from Volume 2, mastering some language comprehension. To ensure that this training translates into our classroom practices, each building engages in common focused curriculum meetings. And in these sessions, our teachers on special assignment and turnkey trainers model high-impact literacy strategies. They provide an overview of a strategy for our teachers, they demonstrate it, and then they give our staff time to practice and discuss it. And resources developed by our TOSAs are shared on a central literacy landing page accessible to all staff to use for planning and instruction. And as I walk around the buildings, this transfer of strategies into our classrooms is exciting to see on a daily basis. There's some pictures of some transfer. Truly is amazing. Teachers are also participating in structured CKLA Reflect and Prep Days. These are grade level release days that are structured to maximize our collaboration among buildings and within our teams. And we share data and best practices across all of our buildings. As teachers reflect, they work in mixed building groups supported by one of our TOSAs or lead teachers. They analyze data and student work to determine their strengths and needs, and that informs their instructional next steps. They have the opportunity to show and share resources and student learning that is exemplary in their building. A definite sense of pride. During the prep portion of the day, they work with their own grade levels to review some upcoming standards and CKLA materials to identify upcoming learning outcomes. Finally, we remain committed to the board's goal of educating the whole child, providing equitable opportunities for students to develop their social, emotional, physical, academic skills as they work to achieve district and state standards. We saw wonderful examples of this with our elementary concerts in December. Many of our elementary schools are excited for upcoming concerts, including the beginning band concert at Clem North next week and orchestra concerts. These events provide opportunities for our students to develop socially and emotionally alongside their academic growth. Not to mention, it is a joy and a treat to watch an elementary concert. All students, teachers, and families beam with pride during these performances. There's some huge celebrations at Clem North with our elementary concerts.
That's awesome.
In summary, through widespread letters training, strategic curriculum support, and data-driven reflection, our staff across the elementary campuses are taking steps to prioritize literacy and ensure that every student succeeds. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. All right, Mrs. Lawrence. Actually, let's have Paul come back up for a second here.
Swap. I think he's gonna fix it for me.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm the OWL administrator at the middle school level. I'm going to be sharing with you some secondary news. I'm going to try not to repeat all of the news that you've already heard because there's so many good things going on, but we'll see how I do. I'll start with OWL Middle. In December, we squeezed a lot into that short little month. We are working hard on the reading goal from the board and trying to look at all of our data and doing data dives throughout the month, planning for those students who need support in reading. We often have kids who have grade level ability, but for whatever reason struggle to show that in the classroom. So that's what we do every day, but specifically planning to support them to show what they know when they're reading. And one of the other things that we're focusing on right now is problem solving around writing, because that's a very important skill, even in math. So we're working on program-wide supports for resistance in that area for some of our kiddos. Schrader, oops, I skipped Schrader. How do I go back? Schrader, you guys heard great updates from the students already, but the slide really reflects a lot of volunteerism and leadership from the students of all grade levels. You have some UPK kids working with AP language kids. You've got a group of kids collecting for Pirate Toy Fund and doing the candy canes. I think we talked about candy canes, right? Did I hear that already? So a lot of volunteerism, giving back in the community from all of the kids at Schrader, from the littlest to the biggest. Why am I going backwards? you.
There you go.
Oh, there's Thomas. Oh, who let me drive? Terrible choice. Thomas, I think all of the updates that they gave me have already been spoken about. Brian, you talked about the 3-on-3 and the 23 inductees into the inaugural Hall of Fame. We heard about the alumni panel that was hosted by the AP Psych class and the amazing trip to Dominican Republic. And you gave so much better detail than I have, so thank you for sharing that. But here's some pictures of those things.
I love that in that 3-on-3, and the one thing I didn't say is the winner of the first 3-on-3 had members from Schrader alumni and Thomas alumni on the winning team, which was really cool.
So another 50-50 split. Love it. Owl High also was really focused on a service learning project this past December. The kids researched different project options in their social emotional learning class, and they chose Willow as their choice. They created a plan, a flyer, donation boxes. They put them all around Thomas and Willink and collected, sorted, and organized items to bring to Willow. And on Friday, December 19th, they delivered 8 boxes of winter coats, boots, hygiene products, and baby supplies. And upon completion of the project, the students reflected on how much of a difference they felt like they made with those families. So that was a great thing for them. At Spry, during the January faculty meeting, wow, he's really on top of it. That's like this week. During the January faculty meeting, Spry staff engaged in a series of targeted professional development sessions that were designed to enhance classroom efficiency. So teachers collaborated with TOSAs from the elementary school on high-impact literacy strategies and worked on with the behavioral specialists to work on visually representing the data that they were collecting. Peer-led workshops showcased innovative AI tools to streamline instruction and boost engagement. Spry. Willink. Students were recognized for academics and generosity with our Math Student of the Month and Titan Care to Make a Difference Award winners. The ENL teachers, Larissa Barisi and Kate W., hosted our first holiday party for families of English language learners, which brought them all together and helped them to learn more about the curriculum and the school and the building in like a really family-friendly way. So that was a really cool event. And finally, we sang goodbye to our longtime school nurse and Willink legend, Susan I. And in goal, the week before holiday break was filled with fun. They had games, food, prizes, all the time knowing that they were coming up on their break, looking forward to relaxing. They had a cookie decorating contest, and Landon B's homage to Patrick Starr won first place. They played reindeer games, and they had an ugly sweater contest and a winner in goal. They're all rested up and ready to conquer 2026, and they would like to take the opportunity to congratulate their very own Angelina H. for being named a Warrior of the Week.
Yay. All right, nice job, ladies. And I just have one more thing for everyone here. So the premiere of our latest One Webster Minute. So if you haven't seen one yet, the One Webster Minute video series offers our community an inside look at the programs and staff who make our district special. By capturing these unique student opportunities, these segments serve to both inform our community and celebrate the achievements of our entire district. So let's take a look at the latest video to give you a sample.
It just kind of makes me feel like I'm a big part of making some incredible changes around here.
We work as a school-wide culture crew here at Schlegel, and through that work, the committee last year really wanted to create an organization that where students could be showing more leadership.
So everything we do at Schlegel is around crew and thinking about how we can do everything we can to support one another, and the leadership roles that the kids are taking on in this activity with the Crew Council has been fantastic.
We created what would be called a Crew Council, which is our student council here. It's made up of 13 4th and 5th graders, 2 from every classroom. We had all of the students apply to be part of student council through an application that asked them questions about what they wanted to do to make their school a better place, what type of leadership qualities they thought that they possessed, and just ideas that they had that they could share to represent their school community in a really positive way.
I wanted to get picked for this group because I thought it would be fun, and I just wanted to show to the whole school that I can be a leader and I can help you.
I wanted to join the council because I wanted to help the school, and I wanted to be a part of things and be somebody where I could give ideas to everyone in the council and possibly have that done.
We brought the idea of community outreach to the group. They all had many ideas on ways that they could contribute.
We've done a toy drive for Golisano Hospital. It's about helping people, and we've been doing toy drives to help the kids that have to stay at the hospital and don't have Christmas, so we're trying to bring Christmas to them.
I'm just so proud of the way that these students have really taken off with this and just been inspired to do more than I could have ever even designed. We also came together to create a National Kindness Week display, and students from our Crew Council went and spoke in every classroom in the building, and they asked the students in our school to create and decorate a kindness leaf to go on our tree.
We also helped them with spreading kindness. Everybody, I think, now is being kinder to each other, and that makes me happy.
These kids have just done so much to have some inspired and creative ideas to contribute, and ways that they can really show that they are the students to look to if you have questions, if you need something, if you have an idea.
Kind of feels like you're just you get to share all your ideas, and sometimes kids aren't really allowed to do that, and you can share if your friends say an idea, you can kind of share it with the council too, and maybe it will happen. I would want to be treated normal, but still I would want them to share their ideas and what they want, so that they would have a shot at their ideas to be seen by the school.
I'm hoping they can trust me and know that I'm there to help them. Mrs. Wiederer has been helping us with helping me to change more into a leader, and I think if I keep this up, I might be a leader all through my years of school.
You're part of this big group that's helping schools and it's helping our school in so many different ways, and it just kind of makes you feel like you're part of something.
That is a wonderful, one of our one Webster Minute example. And again, hearing from those kids is just powerful. So a thank you goes out to Paul Conley and Ashley Sicola for making our one Webster Minutes happen. And there will be a lot more throughout the rest of the year, so please look for those. And that ends our campus news.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right. You good for the next? We good? All right. All right. We have an incredibly exciting presentation tonight from a powerhouse group of people that I will turn it over to Erin to say a couple things before she turns it to Francine.
I think that everybody has heard us talk about CKLA for a couple of years, but it's always nice to know, how does it bloom, right? You saw it sort of be planted, and now we're sort of seeing those petals form and blossom. So it is super exciting to be watching this process happen across our schools. And Dr. Leggett, I'm going to turn it over to you to start us off with the presentation.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. Well, it's wonderful to see everyone this evening. So there's just a few of us here
tonight. We promise we'll be under 3 hours. We have a lot of things to share. So first of all, CKLA, Core Knowledge Language Arts. And so if you just go back, over the years, even since COVID, the work that we've been doing in the district, I'd like to kind of go with the layering effect. So New York State provides the standards for us. And then throughout the elementary schools, and now it's trickling into middle and high school, they've participated in something called Letters, Volume 1 and 2. So that's our next layer. So that's about evidence-based practices in teaching literacy. And so then the final is the curriculum. And so we went with CKLA based on a lot of work that our district conducted over the past couple of years. And now we're going to share a couple of highlights with you. So for our agenda tonight, you'll see a lot of pictures. When you see the different pictures, we'll explain some of them or mention something to you, but it's really about what's happening within the classrooms and then also what's happening with our staff. So just a little agenda there. You can see I'm going to introduce a few people that are hanging out here with me. Our program overview, a little bit about assessment, systems for quality and consistency, the professional learning and collaboration that's been happening, and then student engagement and success, which is number one, because we want them to come to school and love what they're doing. So I think that's what's happening. So here are our instructional specialists. Jeff Darling, Jen Du Bois, Carrie DiGiacomo, Melissa Phillips, Tam Rochelle, and Katie Carter. And when I think about them, I'm just so grateful to have them. They are experts in the field. They, at some point in their career, were classroom teachers. And when you think about the experience of being a classroom teacher and then coming into professional development opportunities, book studies, and then this collaborative, very transparent conversation that they engage in, that's what's been helping us move in the direction we're moving as a system. So I'm very proud of each and every one of them for all that they've been bringing and sharing with us here in the district.
Good evening. I'm going to get us started just by giving you a very brief program overview and how it aligns. So we are in year 2 for kindergarten through 5th grade implementation of CKLA. CKLA provides a comprehensive and spiraling curriculum that supports the evidence-based literacy instruction that we all learned through our letters training. Our science and social studies concepts are embedded into many of the units, and CKLA also provides for our students a strong vocabulary focus and also a huge amount of background building. And through our learning that we've done through letters, we know that vocabulary and background building are 2 of the most important things for overall reading success. So we're really excited that the program that we've selected does that for our students in a very comprehensive and sequential way. CKLA is fully grounded in the New York State Next Generation English Language Arts Standards, that's a mouthful, to ensure our grade level proficiency and career and college readiness that we have for our students. And we're really proud of the work that we've done to align the standards with the assessments and the instruction that's happening on a daily basis in all of our classrooms.
So when you look at this little graph, it says headed in the right direction. And so I think last year you saw at the end of the year the first trajectory, the lines. So it's for each school. And so we saw across K-5 at each building, the little blue dot showed where they started out the school year, and at the end is that more reddish orange dot, the end of the year dot. If you notice, there's a second blue dot, and to us, what that means is when students went to the next grade, they were higher than they were the year before, so that's a celebration. Now you'll see that small little note there, it says our goal is 90%. I'm consistently saying we want 90% of our students to be at benchmark or above, and we're working really hard to make that happen with a lot of shifts that are occurring within the elementary setting.
And of course, as we're teaching the curriculum, we want to make sure that our students are actually learning. So we're looking for impact in student outcomes. And the way that we structure this is we start with what we call benchmark assessments. Those are conducted 3 times a year, in the fall, the winter, and the spring. And we're looking to see who might be running an academic fever, who might have something going on that needs some addressing. From there, we also administer some diagnostic assessments to see if they are showing signs of struggle, what might be the cause, so that we can tailor the instruction right to that. Partnered with that, our teachers are giving the CKLA unit assessments, which kind of take a gauge on exactly within the specific curriculum at each grade level, how are the students doing, and we partner all of those together and prescribe what the students need in their instruction. One of the great and useful tools that we have through using Dibbles and M-Class, which is our platform that houses all of the assessment data, is that it is right at the teacher's fingertips. So once the assessments are given, they are literally instantly visible so that we can begin to look at the picture of the student growth.
Good evening. One thing that our district is doing to create consistency across all buildings is we have our lead teachers come together once a month to look at our assessments and discuss what's going well, what's not going well, talk about anything that needs to maybe be tweaked in our instruction. We look at every unit assessment, make sure they're aligned to the New York State standards, and create some documents for teachers to use as they are grading their assessments. So the lead teachers will go through this work, and then they bring it back to their PLCs, and that really ensures that every teacher across the district is consistently grading and looking at unit assessments in the same way and adjusting any instruction that needs to happen.
Something else that happens to allow for our quality and consistency is our professional learning and collaboration that we're doing with our teachers throughout the year. Alignment is supported through dedicated professional time facilitated by our team, Dr. Leggett, and supported by our elementary administrators. Our teachers come together 3 times a year. These are timely and sensitive to where they are within the skills and the standards that their students are working on. We provide time for teachers to come together with their assessments in hand to kind of reflect on how students are doing, to celebrate some awesome things and learning that's happening, and to generate some really great ideas that are happening across our schools. We've seen in year 2, like just the joy and the beauty that's happening in our classrooms and in the engagement. You can see some examples here of pictures of just some great celebrations that have happened across our building. The one is of me delivering a phantom toll booth, so our 5th graders read a novel this winter. I know it's embarrassing, I'm sorry to the community. And one of our 5th grade teachers said, we have this toll booth that I would really want to deliver to the classroom, but I can't deliver it. So we got a costume, and there we are. So that's me delivering the novels to the 5th graders unprompted. But it just brought some life and energy to our schools, and we're really excited about that and just the building of capital among each other and the community that we have. So it's really great to see.
And we also want to hear from the kids. Like, what do you think? Are you enjoying the curriculum? And we are seeing a high level of student engagement and joy in what we're doing in our daily lessons and also our culminating activities. So lots of the teachers will take a unit and at the end have some sort of joyous occasion. You can see kids dressing up as parts of fairy tales and tall tales. A lot of the pictures that you saw throughout this presentation were from their culminating activities. So there's a high level of interaction that's happening at their daily lessons and also, again, at their final project at the end. And something else that we just wanted to celebrate with our success is the consistency across all of our 7 buildings. We're seeing not only the lessons that are happening daily are mirrored in each building, but we're also starting to reap the benefits of being in the 2nd year of implementation, where we're hearing feedback during our reflect and prep days or in conversation with teachers where students are really starting to remember what they learned in the year prior and bringing that to the table when they're being instructed on something new in the following grade level. So there's a lot of success still to come, I think, in this curriculum, and we're really pleased with what we've seen so far.
So it's my honor to ask, are there any questions about what you've heard tonight?
That was good.
The little blue dots meant what?
So let's go back.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. Maybe we could blow it up a little bit.
So the first dot, right, so when you look at the first column, that's like the beginning of the year. And then the second blue dot is the next school year, so the way that students came in. You know what I mean? So we started,
Different students.
Yeah, it's
like
different
in each
students.
column, it would be the next group
Yep.
of third graders coming in. Yeah, and that highlights that those kids are coming in higher.
so like
From the
we're
work that
seeing,
came
yeah,
from the year before.
across the population, yeah, so different. So
Yeah.
we want to get that up to 90% for each school.
That was a great question. I love it.
I thought I understood
I heard what she said.
I just want to say, we've had the good fortune
Hmm.
to be able to visit the schools and the classrooms, and not just see that it's working, improving, but the attitude of the students and the teachers. There's such high energy and good feeling. I don't want to go back and review my history of when I didn't see that. However, it is such an uptick and so encouraging and hopeful that I feel really lucky to say that we've been there, we've seen it, we believe you, and we get it. So bravo.
Thank you. You know, it's incredible when you hear from the teachers, students coming in this year, they noticed a difference, you know, with students and where they were at. So it's, and even at the middle school level, when I'm working with sixth grade teachers, they've noticed. So we're really excited to see what ends up happening. Did you want to talk about any of the pictures, Jeff, or are you? No. They're fun.
Anybody else have any questions? I just have one comment. Yeah, I agree with you, Carol. I think what we see is kids working hard, kids not being afraid to be challenged, teachers, staff not being afraid to be challenged and working hard. But the one thing I will also add tonight is there are so many days that I'm walking up to my office and it's late or it's early, and this group right here is in that room in the back, and you can see all the books and all the things on the wall. This is an incredibly hardworking group of individuals right here in front of us tonight. And I'm so grateful for your hard work, but all of what you're giving to our kids and what you're giving to our staff as well. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great. It's fun. Want to see it continue to blossom?
Yeah, we have to. We are, okay. Right? Yeah.
Know which way they're going.
All right, with that, a motion to approve tonight's instruction report as presented. So moved. Carol, second. Linda, all in favor? Aye. All right, board business.
Alrighty. First board business. I don't think we're.
Are you on? Testing. Do you want mine?
Green light's on.
Here it comes.
Yeah, the green light's on. That one?
Yours.
All right. Well, maybe it's just me. This one's working.
Talk a little louder.
All right. First report for tonight is our treasurer's report for the month of October. October is a high cash flow month for us because we are through tax collection season. So on the ebbs and flows of our roller coaster of month-to-month changes, October is usually one of our highest revenue months because of that. And, you know, we're riding the roller coaster like we showed at the workshop last week of, you know, the fall is one of our highest. And then we'll bottom out and then come back up in the spring and then bottom back out. So just wanted to point that out. But most importantly, if you look at the school lunch fund for the month of October, there's two things I want to highlight. One is the state actually turned around the reimbursements for the month of September within a month. So usually that's a couple month delayed. And pointed out that early returns on the free breakfast and lunch program are very good with 1 month in reported. So that's official. Everything else is unofficial until it comes through. So just wanted to point that out on the treasurer's report.
All right, with that, motion to approve the October 2025 Treasurer's Report as presented? So moved. Dave, second. Maria, all in favor?
All right, next up is our extra class audit that happens every single year. You know, this is all student-based with class advisors and then our central treasurers, our business office secretaries kind of leading the charge and chasing down the paperwork. But undoubtedly, you know, something always slips through because this is a learning experience for the kids. To be part of this as a president, as a vice president, as a secretary, as a treasurer. So, you know, they're not MBAs yet. So there's always a little something that the auditors find year after year, but overall a very good audit between our 4 schools, 4 secondary buildings. And what I think we always like to see is that whatever showed up last year was corrected, so then the new stuff that shows up we can tackle and get that corrected for the following year. So, you know, pretty standard paperwork issues amongst our problems for the extra class. And maybe some roof problems. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Any questions on that? Motion to approve the extra classroom audit and corrective action plan, please. So moved. Linda, second. Carol, all in favor?
Next audit up is our, what we call the single audit. It's our federal audit. The auditors take a look at all of our federal programming. So our title grants, our IDEA grants, our school lunch revenue that comes from USDA. So every year they circle and really zone in on something. This year it was the Individuals with Disabilities Act funding to make sure we're doing applying it appropriately. And as you can tell, the audit was clean, no findings, and no corrections to take.
Assuming no questions. Motion to approve the federal single audit and corrective action plan. So moved. Michelle, second. Maria, all in favor? Aye.
And the next business item for approval is our BOCES technology lease. This is a hardware refresh of all of our desktops throughout the district. So various classroom stations, think of a lot of our specialized programs still have desktops. Even though every kid gets a Chromebook, there's a lot of technology, art, those curriculum areas have specialized software, specialized needs, so we do still have a need for desktops. So this is the refresh of all the desktops and some of the MacBooks. We do still have 65 Apple MacBooks throughout the district for those specialized reasons as well that lend for curriculum. Slight price increases we're seeing on the technology side with this as compared to the 3 years ago when we bought the same stuff. A lot of that has to do with we've increased some of the processing speed with the desktops, and as well as we're just seeing general overall technology price increases. We're getting a lot of pressure on that from the vendors at large. So 3-year term, we'll be back around in 3 years with this, but our friends at BOCES give us aid for this, and they pay for the interest over the 3 years. So it's a good deal for us.
Let me just add there, too, that I think it's important to note, but over 10 years ago, when Brian started, we went on this 3-year cycle, and I think he mentioned that things will spike, but again, because we're on the 3-year cycle, it doesn't spike as much for us, which is a really important part. Next year, it's staff laptops, and the year after, it's student Chromebooks. But it spreads out our technology needs over this 3 years. So thank you for bringing that to us and continuing on.
Questions? No. Motion to approve the BOCES lease approval, please. So moved. Michelle, second. Linda, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Awesome. That was easy tonight. All right, next up is exciting. As excited as we were to bring the Athletic Hall of Fame, the next thing that has been something we've talked about for years is the Webster Central School District Education Foundation. So we have tonight's resolution. I don't know if you have anything you want to add?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I guess this has been a project that has been on our table for many, many years, but it was never something that we could get lifted off the ground until this year. And as a board, we're incredibly grateful for the Core 4 community members who decided that this was their passion project as well. So, yeah, and thank you to the support of the superintendent, the deputy superintendent, the assistant superintendent of business. This is exciting. This will allow our school community to have grants afforded to them for things that go above and beyond what our budget can support. So I think this is going to be really exciting. Looking forward to getting started. So thank you.
Awesome. Yep, this will hit the kids first and foremost, which will be really cool.
Yep.
All right, with that, a motion to approve the resolution for the establishment of the Webster Central School District Education Foundation. So moved, Dave, second, Maria, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Next up are the policy changes. This is a second read. We did the first read at the last meeting, so I don't know if anyone has any questions. Pretty standard. There have been no changes, correct, so. Okay, so motion to approve the second read of the proposed revisions to policies 3280, 3311, 4210, 5413, 5674, which has a new number of 5850, 5681, and as well as 5851. So moved. Carol, second. Linda, all in favor? Aye. A lot of numbers, but I want to make sure I get them all correct. Yes, that's true. A lot of work. That is true. All right. Board member highlights. So this is a chance for anyone to highlight anything that has taken place over the last month since we've been here, or anything up and coming.
Well, just I want to say that I really liked going to the athletic thing. That was a high moment. And I saw some of the people were students I had taught, or friends of my daughter, or teachers that I knew. So it was the schools, but it was the community, the greater community. It was inspirational. Yeah, so.
Now we know what heavy hors d'oeuvres means.
Yeah.
They were the best hors d'oeuvres
That were
ever.
very good.
That
Whatever
guy
that
can come
meant,
to my
now we
house,
know.
Yep. I just have a couple of things. The Monroe County School Boards Association Legislative Committee met last Wednesday, and thank you, Erin, for doing all the work on our position papers so that they are ready. We are prepared to meet with our legislators at the breakfast in February for anybody that's coming.
We have a special guest. I think I'm on. Am I on? I'm on.
Yes, and
we have a presentation. There's 5 students that are going to be participating in the beginning of that, and actually Naya is going to do that for us. So yay!
We're very excited, but yes, and again, it's continuing to advocate for not only Monroe County as a group, but also Webster to make sure that our legislators know what our needs are. And PTSA is starting back up. The Wizards are this weekend, and of course, the Bills game is the same, but it happened 2 years ago, and it was still a great turnout. So looking forward to that. Tomorrow's the hockey game, and we have a learning walk to Schrader coming up at the end of the month. So so yeah,
Exciting time.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's all I have.
Anybody else?
Oh, good. Things usually start to pick up now, not so much after break. So
Yeah, it's been quiet.
yeah. All right. Sounds good. All right. Next up is the consent agenda. This one's a little bittersweet with the retirements in there, but anyone have any questions, comments? Are we good? Awesome. With that, can I have a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda? So moved, Dave. Second, Carol. All in favor? Aye. All right. That brings us to visitor speaking time. Just a few friendly reminders that this is a chance for the board to listen. These meetings are not the opportunity to engage in dialogue because they're not public forums. We give you up to 4 minutes, so we use the green, yellow, red light system. The yellow will alert you that there is a minute left. Red means your time is up. And as always, we appreciate addressing the board in a civil manner and refraining from discussing specific personnel or students. And Heather, if we have speakers?
Stephen? Steve? Mr. Altman? Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what the protocol is here. This is my first board meeting in my 82 years. And anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. I got a text the other day from the American Legion saying if there's any of us interested in coming to the board to talk about taxes, feel free, put something together. So here I am. So I'm here to talk about some possibilities, some tax exemptions for veterans. My name is Joe Sanowski. I'm a veteran who served from September 1962 to 65. I spent a year in Thailand with the 809th Engineering Battalion as a heavy equipment operator and working in their quarry operations. During that time period, I was a specialist fourth class, earning about $185 a month, including my room and board and all the sea rations I could eat. And, oh, by the way, the average heavy equipment operator in the United States was earning about $737 a month, so a difference of about 400%. So we were building a road about 120 miles long to a couple of major Air Force bases in northeastern Thailand to support the Vietnam War. After the military, I went to school earning an associate's degree in mechanical design and my bachelor's in industrial management. I came to Webster to work for Xerox in 1973, and where I spent 33 years of employment. My wife and I raised 3 sons, living in Ontario for 9.5 years, and then Webster for 42. For the most part, our sons were educated in the Catholic school system, and with our 3 primary our third one attending primarily the public school system. So from a tax perspective, we paid into 2 education systems for our 3 sons. 2 of them have been out of school for 32 years and the youngest 22 years. However, we've been paying into the education system for 42 years here in Webster, which we haven't received any benefits for the last 22 years. It's a lot of numbers, but anyway, this is just the facts with me. One of our older sons moved out of the state in the late 90s. He's been residing in Florida and raised 4 children for the last 23 years. His home is assessed at about $430,000, for which he pays $2,500 per year in school taxes, which is roughly 30% of his total property taxes. We live here in Webster. Our home is assessed at $178,000. Which is about 41% of my son's assessed value. Our school taxes are $4,200 a year, or 63% of our total tax bill of $6,600. So compared to my son's, 168% more school taxes were paid by me compared to him. So this is a simple comparison, okay? I know it's not the big picture overall, but I feel overall, in this state, we're being overtaxed, and many of the people are moving out. And I was surprised by the numbers because I had heard about roughly 50,000 people leaving a year, but between 22 and 23, 181,000 people left the state. That's the net number. 2024, 121,000 left the state. Not primarily due to income taxes, but primarily due to property taxes. And the biggest number is the school taxes. So to kind of recap, my wife and I have been paying into the education system for 22 years without receiving any benefits. Prior to the 22 years, we paid into 2 school systems, and which is basically a double taxation for about 13 years. So in essence, we've overpaid our dues. And now that we're retired, our income is fixed, and we're dealing with the excessive inflation from health care, medicine, fuel costs for both home and automobiles, and let's not forget the food cost.
Just pay attention to We have to
Pardon?
have you wrap it up because it's red. You can wrap it up.
There's nothing you can do.
Oh.
They
Oh,
want you to
yeah,
stop.
well,
So you want me to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, my proposal was that we start some sort of graduated reduction in taxes for veterans, okay? And the period would be about 10 years. From once they hit around 62 to 72, they'd basically be, at that point, be paying no more school taxes. So that's my proposal. The way I look at it, if for those that don't plan, they're basically planning for failure. People are leaving the state. Look at what happened to Xerox down here. They had 16,000 people employed at one time. They're probably down to less than 1,000. Across the bay over here, you had 60,000 people. They're down to about 3,000. I don't know the exact numbers, but those are ballpark. So, same thing's going on in the state. It's all around us. You guys are the ones that are calling the shots. From my understanding, you can make things happen for us. I appreciate if you take it into consideration. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have to sign up to speak. You have to sign up to speak.
I'm not on the list, but may I speak for a minute?
You have to sign up to speak.
I know, I was just told to come here.
We
I'm here
can
to
speak,
represent.
we can set up a
Can
time
you
to
wait a
speak
second,
afterward.
please?
I cannot break the policy, sir. I
Point of order,
apologize.
please.
But we have a policy, you have
I
to sign up
understand
to
you've
speak.
got work to do. I think as far as the post 942 is concerned, and as a veteran who has served, I deserve the right of 1 minute of your time.
And you have to sign up by noon
I
on the day
understand
of
that.
the meeting. If
Did
I
not-
allow you, I have to allow others.
Are you going to argue with me or going to let me have a
I'm
minute?
going to tell you again, we have a policy that I have to follow. And I'm more than happy to have you sign up and speak at the next meeting or contact via email.
Is this your, if this is what, first of all, how many of you have served?
Sir,
Stop.
this is
How
not
many
the
of you
time. I
served?
will not be told to stop at my meeting. Thank you. Please sign up to speak at the next meeting. Thank you. Do we have another speaker signed up tonight that is here? Jason Richards.
I'll make sure I sign up.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing you.
You got it. You got it, right? Yeah.
Good evening.
Hi, Jason.
I'm Jason Richards, retired Army Sergeant Major, combat veteran, Websterite for 20-plus years, and Legionnaire. And I'm here to advocate on the Veterans Tax Incentive, please. But first, I'm going to start by saying I'm a pretty satisfied Webster taxpayer. I have bragged to people in other towns, granted, everyone wants to pay less, right? But I've told people in other towns, I know what I get for my money. And the evidence for that is my daughter is a senior at Sarah Lawrence College. She's getting there and will graduate with less than half a SUNY cost. And that's just amazing. I mean, part of that's due to her hard work, some amazing genetics. I only get credit for half. But also the incredible education she got here. There's no denying it. And to be able to walk away with that little cost is just amazing. And our son's a freshman in Schrader with even greater opportunities, so we're very excited. That being said, I'm still here to advocate on behalf of my fellow veterans. Couple of reasons. One is I think I'm fortunate. I'm young-ish, and I'm still in the workforce. So my wife is too, and we have two incomes that come in every week. I can't say the same for the vast majority of our veterans that are in retirement on the proverbial fixed income and facing that in an era that has unprecedented financial pressures. So this would be a great boon to them. I'm also fortunate that I got to wear the Army uniform for 30 years. So while I don't get anything right now, in a few more years, I get to draw a pension. There's only a tiny percentage of veterans that actually get a military pension. So I'm very fortunate that I get to do that. Not many of my veteran friends can. Most of them did 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, went everywhere around the world. any manner of conflict is represented in our American Legion VFW here in town, to include the Cold War. And I'm always quick to tell people, remind people that we won the Cold War without firing a shot because we had people there prepared, defending as a formidable defense, and that preserved American lives too. So very proud of everyone that did that. And then they came back here to Webster, but they didn't just come back. They came back with leadership and experience. They built businesses. They were part of your police force, fire departments. They probably were teachers. I don't know any particularly, but certainly there must have been. So they were leaders in your civic organizations in the community. They molded young minds with Boys State and Scouting. They were certainly coaches in the youth sports leagues and other pieces. They also helped bury other veterans with honor when that time came, and they still help us remember at times like Memorial Day and Pearl Harbor Day and other things like that. So I just advocate that veterans have had an outsized influence on the well-being of our community, and for that I advocate for this to get positive consideration when it comes up to the vote. I appreciate your time and attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Is that our last speaker, Heather? Awesome, okay. All right, last thing is, that's our final item on the agenda, so may I please have a motion to adjourn? Carol, so moved. Second, Dave, all in favor? Aye. Thank you, have a good night.